Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter's Shimmy Shimmy Reality TV Recaps and Opinions, where I take out the trash. And listen, Linda, I asked you guys a couple days ago, I said it seems to me that a lot of people really like the drama that I talk about on this channel. It's like I'm bringing my drama channel over to this channel, okay? Where I'm talking about like the drama, whether I talk about how I met Drew Sidora and her friend at brunch, or whether I'm talking about Kim Zolciak, which I'm going to talk about today, or whether I'm talking about whatever's going on in the housewife universe. It seems to me that people really like the drama stories, so I'm going to bring the drama stories, okay? And I noticed on page 6, which is a website, I noticed they are covering this Kim Zolciak, Corey Bierman divorce. They are covering it very, very, very closely, okay? And so just in the last couple days, I mean, they have had so many stories pop up here. And this is the one that caught my attention. So Corey Bierman, that's Kim Zolciak's ex-husband, they're in the divorce proceedings right now, even though they still live together and things like that. Corey Bierman says, I still want to divorce Kim Zolciak despite having a lot of sex. And I was like, we must discuss this on my channel, okay? And then, that was 2 days ago, and then it says, Kim Zolciak wants Corey Bierman divorce dismissed again, claims they're having plenty of sex. I was like, okay, we need to talk about this, okay? And then 1 day ago, Kim Zolciak scolded by judge for skipping divorce hearing. The session was a waste of time. So let's get into this, okay? So here it is. 2 days ago, Corey Bierman, I still want to divorce Kim Zolciak despite having a lot of sex. Let's find out about this, okay? On Tuesday, the former Atlanta Falcons player filed a response to the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum's request to have their divorce dismissed, claiming sexual relations do not nullify his petition. Okay. Bierman acknowledged that he and his estranged wife have, in fact, been having sex, but he maintained in his new court documents, which page 6 obtained, that he has no desire to reconcile. The fact that he engaged in sexual relationships with Zolciak does not indicate a desire to reconcile, the documents state, adding that he remains steadfast in his desire to divorce. And I will link page 6 below so you guys can go check it out. They cover a lot of pop culture stuff. The ex-line... Oh, that is not a good picture of him. Boogered. Okay. The ex-linebacker, 38, also accused Zolciak, 45, of using her request for dismissal to delay their divorce because she has no desire to leave their $3 million Georgia estate. She has stated that she prefers to file for bankruptcy, a move that will ensure that the parties... Don't be tardy to the party. The parties and their children will remain under the same roof for a significant period of time, the documents state. Previously, Bierman said that marital home was facing a looming foreclosure. However, in this new filing, he states definitively that the mansion will be foreclosed upon in November. The Don't Be Tardy alum still wants to sell the house as soon as possible so that he and Zolciak can take whatever equity is left and acquire. If they're broke, they have no equity in the house, right? Or that they would put out second mortgages on the house, acquire individual residences so that he can take their 4 minor children out of the toxic environment in which they're currently living. Bierman wants the court to dismiss Zolciak's request to toss the divorce and issue a ruling on selling the marital residence. Zolciak claimed in her filing submitted Thursday that their marriage wasn't irrevocably broken because they were being intimate. She said in the court documents that she believed their marriage was viable. Bierman filed for divorce for the second time on August 24th, weeks after the estranged couple briefly went through divorce proceedings. Okay, so this is what Peter Mon has to say about it, okay? A BJ don't equal a reason to stay, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I think that we've all broken up with somebody, maybe not married to, but I think we've all broken up with somebody that in a moment of weakness, okay, they call us up for a booty call at 2 a.m. and we go over and we do the deed, okay? And then the next morning we wake up with hope in our eyes and we think this relationship is going to be back again and I'm going to be going over to grandma's house with him for Christmas and everybody's going to be excited and all this kind of stuff. Okay, a BJ don't equal a reason to stay. Let's just be clear about that right now, okay? So, that's the first thing I was saying, okay? Obviously, Kim Zolciak wants to keep this marriage going. I think that they said in previous things that they've gone to marriage counseling and that's not working or whatever. Try a different marriage counselor, okay? Maybe instead of hooking up with your ex-husband, okay, which is not healthy for either one of you, maybe try a different marriage counselor if you want to save this marriage. That would be what I suggest, okay? Number 1. Number 2, Corey Bierman, you wanting out of this marriage so bad and coming to saying this publicly and all this kind of stuff, but then also saying that you're being intimate with your wife, who it's very obvious, and I don't have, listen, I got no bone in this game, okay? Thank God, okay? Because I don't really like either one of them, if you want to know the truth. But I think they're both kind of problematic on their own show. And how you were on Real Housewives of Orange, or on Atlanta, and she had her own show, and he played for the Atlanta Falcons, and she got her wig line. How the fuck are y'all broke? Like, what are you spending your money on? Oh, and she was just on Atlanta earlier this year. She had dinner with all of them, and she came fully dressed in all kinds of designer stuff. Like, sell that shit on Poshmark, girl. Y'all are foreclosing your home, but you have all this money in this. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. You know what? In my last video, I had a package come, and in this video, I got a package come. So I'll be right back with more of this exciting and intimate news. Okay, I'm back. Got my packages and everything. So here's my 2 cents about that. I don't remember what I was saying, but if you're not going to invest in marriage counseling, first of all, I don't know how they're all broke. That's what I was saying, right? But Corey Bierman, and like I said, I got no bone in this game. Like, I don't really like either one of them and whatever. I don't know how they're this broke, okay? I don't know how they spend this much kind of money and all this kind of stuff. But here's my thing. If you know that, there's my neighbor walking around. Hey, how are you?
Good,
hey, listen, we're running that pool committee next year in the HOA.
I'm ready for it.
Me too, baby. We're going to do it. So anyway, it's never a dull moment in this neighborhood. So anyway, here's my thing, right? Okay. So, Corey Bierman, if you know that Kim wants to keep this marriage alive, obviously she's wanting to dismiss the divorce. She doesn't want to leave the house, right? It is almost emotionally abusive to continue to sleep with this woman, all right? Like, I think that is cruel. I think that is so cruel to lead her on to think that when you're sleeping with her, I mean, are you sleeping with her and as you're banging her, you're saying, I fucking hate you, I want out of this marriage so bad. I mean, like, I'm not saying that Kim Zolciak as a grown adult doesn't have a part in that, but for anybody that's ever gone through that, and you're like going through a breakup, or you've broken up with somebody and they call you up, or you think that it's going to turn into something else, like, that's not kind. Like, why are you doing that? Stop having sex with her if you want out of this marriage so bad. I mean, okay, maybe you guys had great sex, but great sex is a part of a relationship, but it's not a foundation for a relationship. And I just think it's cruel to continue to do this to her, right? And I know that's probably not a popular opinion, but I don't really give a fuck, so. Okay, so then Kim Zolciak, once Corey Bierman divorce dismissed again, claims they're having plenty of sex. This was the same day. Kim Zolciak, they're putting out like the same article on the same day on this magazine. Kim Zolciak wants Corey Bierman's divorce filing to be dismissed again, claiming they're having plenty of sex, which means the marriage isn't broken. That's bullshit. I've known tons of people whose marriages are broken, and, you know, my husband and I, we were headed to Divorce Central, okay? And listen, it was not quiet in our bedroom, so that doesn't mean nothing, okay? The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and thankfully, we went to marriage counseling, still are in marriage counseling. I was just telling my neighbor this today. We're not ashamed of it. We talk about it all the time, because we believe that marriage counseling is like having a vocal coach. You know, we went 7-8 years ago to fix our marriage, and thank God it did fix our marriage. It made our marriage better than it's ever been. There is no shame in going to individual or marriage counseling. I'm in both, right? There's no shame in that. And I think people are so afraid to go. And I always tell people, go before it is too late. Go before the problem is so deep that you can't get out of it on your own, right? Like, I always tell people that. So y'all are fucking, but you won't go to therapy to fix your problems? Like, get in some therapy, you know? The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum responded to the retired NFL player's second request for dissolution Tuesday afternoon, alleging that they've had marital sexual relationships on multiple occasions since Bierman filed. Zolciak claims in the court documents obtained by Page Six that Bierman's allegation that the marriage is irretrievably broken is demonstrably false. This is all attorneys writing this shit. Because they've consumed cohabitation, because they're still living together, for some time now. She believes their longtime marriage is viable and is hoping the judge tosses out Bierman's petition. Bierman's attorney didn't immediately return Page Six's request for comment. Shows all these pictures of them in the format. Okay. Same thing. I mean, I hope that they can work it out too if they're really that much in love. You know? But don't be doing these shenanigans of fucking somebody that still is having hopes of staying with you. And then that's cruel, okay? Then here's Kim's part of it. Kim Zolciak scolded by judge for skipping divorce hearing. The session was a waste, okay? So this is what it says. This is from one day ago. Kim Zolciak and Corey Bierman were set to face each other at a divorce hearing on Wednesday. However, when the former Real Housewives of Atlanta star failed to show up, the judge was none too pleased. According to Entertainment Tonight, when Fulton County Superior Court Judge Sharmila J. Williams noticed everyone was present except for Zolciak, she asked her lawyer, David Beaudry, to explain her absence. Beaudry said Zolciak couldn't make it to the hearing, which was held on Zoom, because she was on a flight back from Colombia after filming MTV's The Surreal Life. Beaudry tried apologizing for Zolciak's absence. Another show I'll probably have to watch over here. Beaudry tried apologizing for Zolciak's absence, but the judge appeared irritated. I would be too. Williams reminded Beaudry that Zolciak's presence was not waived for today, so she is supposed to be here. I did not waive her presence, she continued. After a brief pause, the judge went on to reschedule the hearing for September 29th while calling today's a waste. She noted that all parties involved would have to appear in person moving forward. This is just one of the many of the latest developments of Zolciak and Bierman's ongoing divorce saga. Yeah, she didn't show up because she knew that it wasn't going to go in her favor and she doesn't want this divorce. Well, girl, handle it in appropriate ways. Earlier this week, the 45-year-old reality TV star requested to have their divorce dismissed. She explained that she disagrees that their marriage is irretrievably broken because they're still having sex with each other. Bierman quickly fired back with a response saying sexual relationships do not nullify his petition. Okay, and then goes on and says all the same stuff. Well, first of all, I'm telling you right now, okay? If my husband, listen, Linda, okay? If my husband and I were going through a divorce, and he was still wanting to hook up, and then he was not wanting to grant me, he was wanting to have a divorce, but he was still wanting to hook up with me, I'd be like, no, baby, okay? These cookies and cakes are not for free, okay? You're either going to work on the marriage, we're going to go to marriage counseling, we're going to fix this, while you're living in your own apartment, okay? You don't need to be living in the house because you're too broke and you're too cheap, okay? And my wigs ain't selling enough for us to cover both expenses. You're going to go and get your own one-bedroom studio apartment, okay? Then we're going to go on marriage counseling, and then we're going to go on dates together to fix this. We ain't doing the what do they call it on the, what was that back in the day, the nookie? We ain't doing, what was that called, that TV show back in the day, that game show, the Newlywed Game? I love that show so much. You remember the Newlywed Game? Anyway, and the one guy said, what's the weirdest place you guys have ever had sex? And the one guy goes, in the butt. Oh my God, do you think that Corey Bierman and Kim Zolciak do it in the butt? I put some money on that one, for real, okay? But anyway, this is what I'm saying right now. If my husband wanted a divorce so bad, but also wanted to hook up with me, I'd be like, no, you need to go, okay? And probably would be like, okay, I need to focus on myself, and obviously, I need to find a hotter, finer, wealthier man, okay, that can appreciate all this beauty. Snatch wig. But anyway, you know, why is she tolerating this? Why would you want to stay with somebody and sleep with somebody? Okay, girl, you need help. You need to go see a therapist, okay? You're broke and you're brokenhearted, okay? And your man don't want to be with you no more. He wants a divorce, and yet he's still coming over there and sleeping with you. And you're using that as an excuse to save your marriage when he's saying, I don't want to be with you, but I'll fuck you. That is not a pretty look, girl, okay? Clean up your mess. Clean it up, okay? Leave this loser. Be done with him. He don't want to be with you, girl, okay? He don't want to be with you. That's it. He don't. He wants a place. He's like a dog, okay? A dog that's coming home to eat and sleep and hump something, okay? He ain't even paying no bills, girl. I just made that part up. I don't know. Or either of them paying any bills or wanting to file bankruptcy. I don't know. Houses are going into foreclosure. I thought y'all were supposed to be the rich housewives of Atlanta, okay? I don't know. Like, girl, fix your mess. Fix your mess. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.